The last time we talked about alchemy, we covered what it is, what it isn't, and how the pseudoscientific art of transfiguration is referenced in Homestuck. It is a very mysterious, very complicated subject matter that I am having a hard time explaining very well. For example, in the previous episode, I said something along the lines of, amazingly, despite the differing languages, all forms of alchemy have the word chem in its name, but no one is entirely certain why this is, which is not exactly true. Careless script editing on my part. That no one can agree what language the root word chem came from is a fact, but the various languages with alchemical studies don't all have chem in their name. That's not how language works. TLDR, if I think a sentence looks hinky, I need to do research better before saying it aloud and putting it in a video. Haste makes waste. I apologize. Let's move on. This time around, I'm going to be covering more of the philosophical side of alchemy. As above, so below, as the old world alchemists would say. In fact, many believed that just as lead can be turned into gold, so too can the human soul achieve a perfect state. Let's start with the strange lions I alluded to previously. Red lions in alchemy represent the life essence in blood, as well as the redness of crystallized lead chromate. And considering that several chemical reactions involving mercury creates a red substance, the color red in alchemical writings symbolizes activity and the spirit. The red lion is shown to be the opposing force to the destructive green lion, the eater of the sun, known for its violent tendencies, venomous fangs, and frustrated desires. According to alchemists, when you manage to purge these destructive natural urges from your behavior, you are taming the green lion. Therefore, the red lion represents control over these urges, and when this occurs, the red lion is depicted with wings and a spiritual nature. The winged lion thus becomes the volatile or spiritual aspect of a substance, like the salt used to create the Philosopher's Stone. Maybe Dave Petta's squared sprite isn't the green lion after all. Maybe they're the red lion, while Lord English is the green lion. Wait. Dead tier Calliope literally ate the green sun as the black hole, so maybe it's her too? These video essays are looking less like actual scripted research papers and more like the ramblings of a half-mad woman-child. But that reminds me, the red and green lions are not the only lions represented in alchemy. There is another pair, the wingless lion and the winged lioness. Both are crowned, a royal pair, but they're often shown fighting each other due to their conflicting natures. The winged lioness represents the feminine spirit of Sophic Mercury, and the earthbound lion is the masculine soul of Sophic Sulfur. These two elements make up the wisdom, or philosophies, that create the Philosopher's Stone. It doesn't stop there. A fair few scientists and doctors have thoughts about what these two lions mean on a philosophical level. This channel's favorite psychologist and psychoanalyst, Carl Jung, had this to say. Evidently at this stage there is still a good deal of bickering between them, and this is precisely what the fiery lion is intended to express, the passionate emotionality that precedes recognition of unconscious contents. Scholar and researcher of the history of medicine at the University of Copenhagen, Johannes Fabricius, continues this train of thought, suggesting that the feuding lions represent the instability of the adolescent mind. The profoundest and most unique quality of adolescence lies in its capacity to move between regressive and progressive consciousness. This alternation of the adolescent psyche corresponds with the alchemist's experience of the ebb and flow of their prima materia. Prima materia, the first material, the first stepping stone towards the Philosopher's Stone. Calliope and Caliborn's entire competition of superiority alludes to the mental and emotional change required to obtain the symbolic Philosopher's Stone. This is all great, Jen, but Calliope and Caliborn are not lions, they're closer to snakes. Well, it's a good thing that Jung's lions and the ancient alchemical texts are both connected to the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros, the dragon eating its tail, the symbol of rebirth and eternity, the serpent symbolically absorbing the dreaded shadow archetype, is also a prominent figure in alchemy. If the image shows just one dragon, it represents Mercury, but there is another version depicting the two contraries. The winged white dragon represents Sophic Mercury, and the dark dragon without wings is Sophic Sulfur. Again, we see a pair attacking each other, one from above, one from below. They are the opposites that complete each other. Both are required for souls to exist. Alchemy is full of symbolism concerning complementary opposites, a king and a queen, male versus female, red and green, black and white, as above, so below, one active, one passive. Wait a second, doesn't this philosophy sound familiar? It should. This corresponds with another complicated Spurb mechanic, the class system. Players in the Great Game are assigned an aspect, and a class to channel it through. The fandom refers to these numerous combinations as class specs, and one's class alignment can drastically change how their power can be used. If one is part of an active class, like the Thief or Prince for example, they can directly affect their aspect and use its power for the player's personal gain. On the opposite side of things, a passive class, like the Rogue or Seer, are the ones being affected by their aspect and can only use their gifts to assist their teammates. Some classes are more passive or active than others, but the only two we have a clear placement for are the Lord and Muse, the most active male and the most passive female master classes. With the game requiring 2 players at minimum, the contrary classes are ideally supposed to support one another, one making up for the losses of the other. Of course, in Homestuck, this did not always happen. This idea of the 2 contraries is present in more than just Europe's version of alchemy. In China, for example, alchemy is literally written into the Taoist religion, where the use of the yin-yang symbol is most prominent. Known as the Great Monad, the yin-yang symbolizes opposites that are spiraled together, one part of the other, the perfect personification of unity contained in one circle. Yin represents the moon, shadow, passiveness, and the female aspects, while yang is the sun, light, active, and male aspects. India's alchemical studies does this too, with Mercury being assigned to the semen of the god Shiva and sulfur to the menstrual blood of the goddess Devi. Because of course the 2 contraries are also allegorical to celestial sex. YouTube, be cool. This is for education. This is Rebus, the dual matter, the personification of the Philosopher's Stone, and the symbol of divine intercourse. Rebus represents when the opposing qualities of matter and spirit are finally reconciled. Having gone through the alchemical process, the complementaries are united together with a single body. With 2 heads, 1 man and 1 woman. I especially like this one depiction with the green leathery wings and the red spiral in the hand of the male half. Sorry for the abrupt end, but that's all I have to say on this subject of Homestuck and alchemy, and I didn't know how to end this cohesively. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Will any of this alchemy info play a part in the eventual final Homestuck 2 update? I think it already has, partially, but I'm still waiting for the improbable return of my trash son, Caliborn, so who knows how things could turn out. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!
Hey there. Consider becoming a patron, just like the phenomenal Bleed Red, Alexander Madeline, and Cloudy Days.